Just a moment. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Gatorade Eracing series. My name is T. We're bringing you through tonight's action from the California Cathedral Speed Fontana Motor Speedway, the 2-mile oval, where speeds can get up to 200 at the end of the straightaways. And my goodness, we are in for a doozy tonight, as we're expecting the largest field in series history for the first broadcasted race here from the Gatorade E-Racing Series, and perhaps this being the first broadcasted race might be a good time to fill you in on what has happened so far this season, as we are at race number 5. And so far, in terms of the winners, it's split between two. Shake and Bake won the season opener at Daytona before Sharp in the 5 car. He took Chicagoland in race number 2, and went back to Shake and Bake at Darlington Motor Speedway in the double points event before last week, the first road course at Sonoma. It was Sharp getting a late race pass off of Nike Boy Will and winning his second of the year. However, he will not be able. Breaking news: he will not be defending that race win tonight. He has other commitments in the real world.
T-Bird, join that invite really quick. I want to try something.
As we'll just give it just a moment on the blue screen. However, we'll now go over to looking at the points, it's neither of those race winners leading the points. In fact, the 11 Nike Boy Will standing at 273 points, 17 above Dank Emotions in the 22. Sharp, one of the race winners in that 5 car. He's 69 back after missing one race, and he'll be missing another. That's then followed by Electric Days after missing a race. Sitting at 76 back. 105 to the cut line in 4th place. 5th place, Nike Boy Aaron. 6th, Shake and Bake, winning the 2 races he started this season. K-Line in 7th, Ty Race in 8th, Mike G 9th, Mr. Goodbar in 10th. That's a terrorist, another driver who cannot make it tonight, and that's huge for the playoff cut line. He starts 11th, and then EMI TTV Go Boom, he starts in the 12th spot. Then that's followed by Paul Walker Super in 13th and Baseball Kid in 14th, the first 2 outside of the cut line, and in all likelihood fighting for his spot tonight. As we'll give you a quick couple laps around the Fontana Motor Speedway here in the Gatorade Zero car. Get off the line into turn 1.
I'll let you go. I'll just let you go.
And you're going to have to get off the gas at some point here in these corners. These do not have a lot of banking, but you're still going to be able to carry around 170 to 175. And right down the end of the speedway, no drafting whatsoever, and you're hitting 190s. In the draft tonight, which a lot of people will be, that'll be up to 200. You also see a lot of cars just diving right below the apron. Maybe not that far. But you'll see them try to cut the track as short as possible down the front straightaway before pulling it right back up to arc this corner. And it is going to be an arcing line to the bottom. That's the fastest line in a straight line, but you'll see different lines when these guys are side by side. Some go low, some go high. As you'll see, the 11 up there, he goes on the high line. You have this sort of middle line. You could even go down to the apron in 3 and 4. It's banked enough to where you could hold the speed there. Just a bit of sacrifice on the exit speed. But I see now you're going to get the draft, and you're right there at 198, 199. And watch out for the exit of turn 2, where we just came out of. Cars in the past have gotten loose out there, especially as the run wears on. But right here, you can see you could go right down to the bottom of the apron there and hold a very solid line. Come all the way back down to the apron before you come way all the way back up. Some might even go too far up. But watch out for the apron one, too, as that could also be a huge source of cautions here this evening.
That'll probably happen at least once tonight.
As that car will just go sideways on you. So if that will head back out to the broadcast booth. And now we'll bring in the man who is right there with me, Mr. Nike Boy Will, the points leader and league owner of the Gatorade Eracing series. Just let me know when you have a copy.
Oh, yeah, I got you.
You're all allowing everything? We
Yeah,
good?
should be.
All right. This being the first broadcast of your league, I'm sure you're very excited.
I mean, yeah. It was supposed to be last week, but the servers were crap, so try again this week. That's all you can really do.
Yeah, but I guess you can almost take that as a blessing in disguise, seeing that we are expecting the biggest field in series history, and even bigger than we were expecting a week ago. So
Yeah, the record would have been last week with 16, and now this week I think we're gonna have more than that. So.
I think last week it was only like 13.
Oh, really?
And, yeah, but this week we're going 16 plus. I definitely think, and this might be the one place, besides maybe the other super speedways of Daytona and Talladega, where more cars might actually improve the quality of racing as we have the packs form up. You have you guys going 2, 3 wide. How do you expect to manage that tonight?
Oh, it'll be fun, and it's gonna be high draft, so it should be really fun.
Yeah, for those that are unaware of the draft physics of NASCAR E5, high draft, you could guess, is the highest form, and you can get a draft from a mile away almost.
Yeah, like good 6, 7 tenths back sometimes.
So we're not going to see a lot of cars pulling away. We're going to see the pack racing just sit right up tight, people making absolutely dive bomb moves into the corners, and that's just going to be able to put on a show. You also see different drivers use that to their advantage or disadvantage in trying to set up runs. If you got to go high, have a run on the high draft, you can launch that car down the front or back straightaway, depending on where you're at. So now another thing is, this is obviously going to be a very risky race for you, being the points leader. And I wonder how your mindset is, being that you have the points lead and trying to maintain that or even gain on second place.
Man, I'm just trying to win. I've had a couple opportunities this year to win, and I don't know, just didn't work out. Late race caution at Darlington, that screwed me at Darlington, and then Sonoma last week I led like every or 2 weeks ago, last race where we ran, I ran led like every lap in the first two stages, won both stages, and then there was a late race caution, and me and I forgot who it was. Just we were racing side by side, and I got door slammed and spun off the S's. So yeah, I mean, it'd be fun. Definitely would be fun to win a race.
I think this race might be fun no matter what happens, as
Oh
we'll
yeah,
see.
it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, but obviously you're going to want that win. Secure yourself some more playoff points because that's also going to be a huge thing. As while you are the points leader, you already have guys like Sharp who's already racked up double digits in that category just 4 races in. And that'll be huge come later in the season when we get to the crunch time.
Yeah, the playoffs. Those are gonna be important.
Yeah, well, that's all I have for you for now. You can go back to your race admin stuff. I thank you again for the quick word. And
You just got a couple more guys join in for the race.
yeah, let's. I don't know if they heard that, but let's do talk about some of these new guys that are coming in tonight, as we've seen a lot of people coming in from the recent publicity of their league, whether it's through social media or just through word of mouth among Discord servers and whatnot. But we are looking at a plethora of new racers coming in tonight. Just coming in right now in the past couple of minutes, we have Sikkim, who's one of the best Gran Turismo racers that I have ever been able to talk to, but also races on his side extensively. Very good road course racer and can be quite fast at these more draft heavy tracks as well. He'll be one to watch. He looks to be in the 34 tonight. No Bob in the 16. He's another late addition to the field this evening. You have the 19 of Boomin. I don't know if he's made a start yet this year. McCard. He was supposed to make his first start when we went last week, but he's back again tonight. And he is another driver, very fast, especially here at Auto Club. We've seen in the past and various other ventures. Porchy dude, who specializes more in F1 racing, but has been leaning more and more towards the Heath 5 side of things in recent times. He's making his debut tonight, or is expected to. Perhaps I'll just go over a couple more. Movement in the 19, and Jojo Siwa in the 95. Those are two guys that have only raced one race this year and are expected to make their way back in tonight. The 19 and 95 will be two drivers to look out for, especially at 95. He can be very fast. Now in the last couple minutes before race time, maybe if you're at home watching, maybe get a little bit of interaction out there, see what's going on, but be sure but I hope everyone out there is able to find a way to We have the Twitter handle at GESN League. Instagram Gatorade Eracing Series. We'll also be getting active on TikTok with race highlights starting this week once we get some actual racing to pull from. The publicity is going to be expansive from here on out, and also, if you are interested in joining this league, either from tonight or in the future, races in the future, you can contact the league owner, Nike Boy Will, on Discord. It'll be his PSN name with the 4-number code of 9242. If you're interested in joining in the future, Nike Boy Will 12, and then the four-digit code of 9242. And now, perhaps we'll go with a little bit of race predictions for this event. First, Lake has power rankings voted on by the drivers each week. And coming into Auto Club, it's very interesting to look at the top 5 of what the drivers think, especially from the week prior. Who's getting hot at the right time. And they say at 5th place it's going to be Shake. And I think that is very fair assessment. Two races, 2 wins. Yes, might want to see a bit more, but he is very fast whenever he does make his way into one of these races. Electric Days, the number 4 car in the 4th spot. He's on the upward trend. Hasn't made a top 5, but has been very consistent. Gotten a lot of stage points this season. And has been very consistent. Fontana looks to be another place where he'll excel at. Dank Emotions in the 22. He ranks 3rd in the power rankings. And that's the man 2nd in points. The only one really within touching distance of Nike Boy Will tonight. 17 back. So it'll still be a uphill battle, but he very well could do it. He's a very fast driver. Consistency lacks at times, but I think if he hits on a race setup, he will be up towards the front the entire night tonight. Then you're looking at Sharp, who, as we've mentioned, top of the show, unfortunately will not be defending his 2nd race win of the season tonight. But he sits there second. Voted on second best this season, and the missed race hurt him. Missing this race will hurt him. But when he comes back, he is a threat just about everywhere to win, as we've already seen this year with 2 race wins in the first 4 races. And then it's the points leader, Nike Boy Will, at the top of the power rankings. And as he mentioned in his interview, led a whole lot at Sonoma last week and he's been leading a lot of laps. He's gotten the points lead. Just hasn't been able to get that race win, and that should be coming soon. And looking at those expected to show up, Shaking Bake is making his 3rd start of the year tonight. So he's immediately going to be one to consider. McCard, as I've mentioned before, really fast at Fontana, making his 1st start of the year. But it could be a 1-start shocker if he gets the win in that 88 car. Stake Emotions, 22 car, very fast. I believe more are going to be filing here in the next couple minutes. 5 minutes till race time. And I have been very long-winded. Mike G in the 1 car. That's another driver to look out for. He's not. He hasn't made every race this year. He missed one in that 1 car. But we get to these types of tracks. He is one of those guys that you watch out for as well. Mr. Goodbar in the 7 showed pretty good speed in limited action before the delays occurred last week. Ooh. Now, these we are expected to have a qualifying here before, but due to we were expected, and that's why we've sort of had this little break in the program in action, but it will be a random field set due to more potential issues with the servers, but that's just more as a precaution rather than a major concern for what's going to transpire. Of course, if you were present last week, you would know that the servers did not agree with us holding a race, and hence why we're back here at Fontana this week rather than being on to the All-Star race at Iowa. 1 week from today. Now, for those wondering, we do have stages, but it's only a quarter of the IRL race distance. That'll be a 50-lap shootout almost. As you see, 3x. That's about 18. Well, I'm in there chilling just to get the race info and drivers in the lobby. I do not believe so. So it's going to be about 18 laps, 17, 18 laps of fuel. I did. So looking. As it looks to be now looks to be about 16 drivers on the track. I might have another one here, Nike. It looks like we are set. Nice kick. There's no random when I check to join the lobby. There we go. Green flag is out. Nike Boy Will in the 11 starts up front with Shake and Bake in the 9. The two of the fastest drivers in the first 4 weeks of the year. They start up front. It's going to be TSN Savage in the 8 in third place as they head out of turn 2 for the first time. Nike has the advantage on the inside. It's now only 3 wide for the lead on the opening lap. TSN Savage down the middle with help from the 24. That's going to be Baseball Kid right on the edge of the cut line, making the second start of the year. And Shake and Bake now in third place, selling behind the 24. Meanwhile, Electric Days in the 4 on the outside, leading that outside line. Mr. Goodbar in the 7, about 4 from the line on the inside now as he's shaking the 8 car out of line. But it's Nike Boy 12 in the 11. Try saying that 10 times fast. He has the lead and has led the first lap of 50. Now it's 9 looking outside, maybe crossover. Now it's going to be the 7 underneath him. It's going to be 3 wide for third place as the 24 gets clear on the outside, but not for long. The 7's back in the show. As you see, cars down the apron now. Nike Boy leads the second lap in a row. But these guys are bumper to bumper into turn 1 this time. 7 gets a bit loose trying to hold the bottom and is now sliding up the track. That's going to give some space to the top 2, as well as the 8 car of GESN Savage being able to hold that middle line. Oh, that's the 10. That's Eracing way out of line. As we've mentioned earlier in the show, can't get loose off of turn 2. He's able to save at that time and hold onto the back of this pack. There is one car off the speed. That looks to be... Oh, and there's another hard hit. That looks to be the 2 of Porchi. One of the drivers making his debut tonight. Take a hard hit to the outside wall. Might have had some contact there. He's now back there with the 16. I only see one race, and the other one was a Miranda that was kicked in terms of the 18 car. Yeah. Yes. Now coming our way back through the field is GESN Savage making his way on the outside, looking for the race lead. Nike Boy has help from the 24 and company behind him. Now Dank Emotions in the 22. He's gone up high to help. Electric Days in the 4 right behind him. That's your top 5. Good Bar 6, Shake and Bake 7th, and McCard now in the 8th spot. GESN Savage goes way up the track, loses a couple spots in all momentum he had. As Baseball Kid now sits in the 2nd spot, maybe not for long though. Here's the 22 on the attack. And it's the 22 on that 3 and 4 apron. Nike Boy having to go to the apron right off the exit of the corner to block the 22. Oh, bit of contact. 22, 24. As the 11 hit the grass a little bit, that's going to be a 22 to the lead. First lead change of the evening. Now, Baseball Kid trying to fight around the outside on the 11, and the 4 is looking to follow. However, the 11 will slide the line, not for long. No Electric Days in the 4 with the crossover. Meanwhile, Baseball Kid makes the move for the lead, bumping the 22 up into the 2nd lane, halts any chance the 11 has, takes the lead. It's going to be another crossover off the exit. The 22 is back at it. When I said this was going to be some thrilling action, I did not lie to you, ladies and gentlemen. Battle for the lead still going on. The 22, 24 is going to be able to hold it around the outside. The 11 now poking his nose back in. The 4 is trying to make a move on the inside. This could be 3 wide for the lead. Here comes the 88 of McCard now. He's certainly on the inside. Mike G's into the fray as well. 4th car on the outside. That's the top 8. Side by side by side by side. Now the 11 has a bit of trouble holding the line off into turn 3. And that's going to give a huge boost to the insides. They are just strung together. Oh, bit of contact. 34 making his way through the middle. That's Sickum. And now Baseball Kid way up the track. He's going to lose about 10 spots, it seems. A costly error on the entry to turn 1 and 2 that time. Now back out to the race leader as we'll go with the reverse follow cam just to see what the 22 has to look at in his mirror, and that is a pack of 14 cars all staring down the leader in the 22, Dank Emotions. It's Electric Days back behind him, second down McCard, who's slowly worked his way up through the field. He's now in 3rd place in that 88. Nike Boy Will sends it a bit deep into the corner, but now has a 9 underneath him after the 11 slides up the track. That's going to be a spot for the 9. And oh, there's wrecking behind him. And a big wreck. They keep it somewhat straight to 10. Once again, have the flee below, way below the apron. It looks to be, however, the 7 of Mr. Goodbar. The main culprit in that one. You just see him get a bit loose, come down, hit the 10, and then come right back up into the lanes of traffic. Looks like maybe the 3 of Masopes, who I believe is also making his debut, or hasn't raced a whole lot in that 3 car. He got caught up in it. It looks like the baseball kid who was right there battling for the lead had that one mistake and now is sitting outside the pack due to those issues. Back out front, McCart has made his way to second in that 88. Now hunting down the 22. The Shaking Bacon, a 9, sits in third place. While the battle is for the lead. McCart can't get around the 22. Now the 9 looks to the inside to try to get a spot off of him. Can't get it to work as the draft stays to the outside. But now another hard dive for the 9. The 1 goes below the 11 for 4th. He's going to be followed through by the 4 and the 8. That's Electric Days TSN Savage. As we've hit 3 to go in stage number 1. The 88 looking to the outside. Does he try the hole around the outside? Does he try to cross over? He's going to hold it. Can he hold it? He's going to be awfully close. He's going to go. Oh, a bit of contact between the leaders. A bit more contact. The water has gotten a rocket. Gets right up to the 88. Can't make a move that time. Shaking the 9. Bit of issues himself. Now 22 way high off the exit of the corner. The 88 takes the lead with 2 to go. That's McCard. Now he's going to play mirror driving for the last 2 laps of the stage. Mike G in the 1. Where does he go? Shake and Bake follows back third in the inside line. Oh, 9 just shot a track, and that's shot him into the 8. 8 hard in the wall. Has to save that car. He's probably just lost contention for the stage. In fact, he definitely has. He's even dropped back behind the 24 at this point due to that. But now battling for the lead. 22 back on the inside of the 88, coming to the last lap of stage number 1. And now with 22, Dang Emotion sitting there on the inside. It's going to be side by side for the lead down the back, straight away for the last time in stage number 1. Shake and Bake and Mike G hold the inside and outside respectively, second in line. Nike Boy Will sits third, sits 5th behind all these guys. The 22 makes the last hurrah, can't hold it. The 9 goes way in, can't hold it. Can the 1 of Mike G get second place in this? But it looks to be McCard has green light going. He wins stage number 1. Looks like Mike G. I can't even tell who won second. So we got McCard first, Dank Emotion second. He barely edges out Mike G in the 1 for third place. Shake and Electric rounds at the top 5 in the stage. Nike Boy Will gets 6. Ty Racing recovers after early issues for a 7th place in the stage. Sikkim is right there in the top 10. Baseball Kid and TSN Savage, who have had issues, they get right at the end. And now a bit of shuffling happened. Masopes in the 3. It looks like the crew chief might have forgotten to call him in there. I do not think he would make it while staying out. And there he goes. Pulls off to the grass. That's going to give the 88 of McCarr just a clean track and clean lanes to just arc this first corner. Huge momentum boost for him. And a huge disappointment for the 3 Masopes, as now he'll have to fight his way back into this race. It's now to hit turns 3 and 4 for the first time in stage number 2. It's McCard. Mike G is still battling Dank Emotions. Oh, a bit of contact, bit more contact. That's Mikey in the wall. He's going to lose a couple spots, and now Nike Boy takes over his spot, being the first car in that outside lane, barring anytime the 88 comes up there. Side by side for second between Dank and Nike. Electric Days, oh, bit of shuffling. Looks like the 9 might have gotten a tad bit loose off the exit of the corner. They hold it together this time, though. And oh, there is the 3. He is out of gas. And that's going to be even more costly than we originally thought. K-Line might have had some issues in the 43. He's out of the pack already. But it's McCard still leading after the first couple of laps in the stage. Dang Emotion second, but the 88 is pulling away. Baseball Kid now back in the fray in P4, but it's Sikkim now making his way into the top 3 for the first time this evening. And as one of the latest additions to the Gatorade Eracing Series roster, he now gets to compete for a top 3, and if you are interested in joining, be sure to contact Nike Boy Will 12 on Discord with the 4-digit code 9242, and you could be just like Sikkim, join about 20 minutes before her race, I believe, and he's right now in second place as he's just passed Take Emotions. And he's now going for the lead underneath Picard. 88 up the track a little bit. Might have been some contact between the leaders, but it's now going to be Sikkim leading the lap with help from the 22 now on that bottom. Shake and bake with a lot of momentum. Sikkim just went up the track to try to get an arc, but the 22 stay low. Now there's contact between those two. And McCart is going to fly right back up the middle. Oh, there's a big wreck. That's half the field. Sikkim goes way up into the wall after contact with him and the 22 off the exit corner. He just comes back down right in front of the pack and causes a big one here in stage 2. The first caution for incident flies this evening with McCard, a bonsai 3 wide up the middle to get the lead back, and it has worked out beautifully for him as he'll get the pole position for what should be a late stage restart here. It looks to be Dank Emotion second, Shake and Bake third, Baseball Kid fourth, and I believe Mr. Goodbar in the 7, who wrecked in stage 1, he'll be in the 5th spot. Now how many laps are left in this stage? So five laps to go in the stage. The 88 holding off the 22. The 9 with an absolute burner of a restart from third. Gets a shove to his teammate in numbers wise in that 9 car. 24 Baseball Kid is actually able to hop down to the inside lane for 4th spot. Now the 22 is just a sit and duck. The 7 behind the 24. Oh, a couple more cars shoot to the inside. That's the 18 Nike Boy Aaron into the wall. Forces the pack to scatter a little bit. And it looks to be a issue for the 18, and an issue as the 4 is down into the grass. The 7 also held up tremendously in that. He was right there in the top 5 at the restart. But Electric Days with a huge issue right at the death of the stage. Now less than 4 to go, 3.5. The 88 has pressure from the 24 and the 9, and now the 2 of Portuguese back into it and in 4th place. Dank Emotion sitting back in 5th, but it's going to be all eyes on the Hendrick trio. 1, 2, 3, and Shake is not playing around. He goes to the inside. He takes the lead with 3 to go in stage number 2. And it's now the 22 making a fill in any gap the 9 thought he had. The 11 behind the 22, they're going to be all over the place as they exit turn 2 this time. Oh, a bit more contact. The 24 into the 22. And there's a wreck behind. Looks like the 11. Looks like the 3's involved. Both of the yellow cars involved. And are they still going? And caution comes out after a bit of a delay. It looks like the 9 will win the stage off the early stage caution. McCard gets second. Looks like dang, TSN Savage should be up there. Baseball Kid getting 4th, TSN Savage 5th. Porchy Dude gets 6th place in the stage. And then Mike G, Ty Racing, and Klein Boy in a survival stage. They get it done. They get some valuable points, but it's another playoff point for that 9, who could very well be using all the points he could get right now after missing a couple of races earlier in the year. So stage 3, the money stage now. It's the 9088 leading the field to green with the 22 and 24 behind him. And the 9, another rocket start from him. He gets cleared to 88, immediately jumps out to that bottom line. And barring a caution, it'll be a quick green flag pit stop. We could see some strategy with 2 or even no tires here. 20 laps, the fuel tank can go about 17. 14 laps. Just something to keep in mind for late race strategy. But it's Shake and Bake getting a solid lead. Porchy Dude making good of the restart. He's up to 3rd. But now he's going to get passed up by the 22 with help from the 1. And meanwhile, the 88 is all over the bumper in 9 after the 9 showed no mercy to the 88 in stage 2 with a quick pass right before the caution came out to win that stage. Those are the 2 stage winners so far right there, 1-2. And now Dank is down to the inside for 2nd place and could be even more. He gets a bit of a 9. TSN Savage in the 8, he's going to go make it 3 wide for 2nd. Missed their opportunity there. But who will the 24 right behind him help? He looks to the outside. The outside's where the 9 is. And that side-by-side battle is just going to fall back in that pack a little bit. As the 9 of Shake and Bake still out in front after all that. As Baseball Kid has come back into the 3rd spot, Dakin Motions into 4th. And they are side-by-side for 5th. Nike Boy Will now trying to hold off Porchy and TSN Savage. Mr. Goodbar looks to be in the mix as well now. He's been up and down the leaderboard all night, it would seem. And they are looking 5 wide in the back for top 10 position. Unbelievable. Baseball Kid has fallen back after maybe some contact. It's the 22 now in 3rd place. It is a 3-car breakaway from the rest of the field. And this could be a massive break for these 3. Fight amongst themselves if these guys behind them can't get organized. But meanwhile, you look back, Sickham's now in 4th place. Mr. Goodbar's going to be making a move for it. Kleinboy, who's been hanging around 10th all night, he's now battling for top 5 positions. Soaps back in the race. Oh, it's a 43 around. Huge wreck, the 8 involved. Another car shot down towards the inside wall. Looks like electric. Ty Racing, Baseball Kid. Car, and once again, car gets loose off of turn 2 and stacks up the field. And another caution comes out right as the top 3 were thinking this might just be the 3 of us. But it's not. And now this could get a bit iffy in the fuel game. If you pit here, you're looking right about where the window is at, 14 laps. Word is a lap to the good. But if green white checkers start coming out, then this could flip on its head immediately. Based on some drivers trying to go aggressive with track position. But it's the 988 with the 22 and 34 behind them. For this late race restart, green flag is back out, and it's just back for the 43, it looks like. And we'll immediately have a race in the line for him. As I'll race back to the line as another caution has come out due to the 43 not going off the line. A couple cars get held up, and racing control has called that. So we'll go with the 9 and the 88. They look to be single file. It looks to be single file all through until 5th place. Oh, Sickham's absolutely choked a 4th place to the caution. Nike Boy will get that 4th spot. It looks like it was a battle of Mike G and Porchy Dude for 5th and 6th at the. As now another rule of this league. This is the manual caution called by race control, as you've just seen. 43 does not go off the restart. And now the drivers will have the option to pit on this lap. So we'll get to see who goes down, maybe for a little bit fresher tires than their competitors, and who stays out due to the fact that we literally had one green flag lap. And I don't expect many people to come down here. Maybe the back half of the field. Try to get a little bit, maybe try to get a little bit of change with their setups. And, oh no, just about everyone's. A couple cars stay out, but the leaders go down. That is quite the surprise. There are 3 cars that did not pit, being Porchy Dude in the 2, Sickham in the 34, and TSN Savage in the 8. 3 cars that we've seen make their way to about 4th before falling off due to the battling that's been going on. So they're going to try to play track position with some very fast cars that just need a little bit of space. Looks like Mike G might be the first one off the pit road with a strategy call on his own accord. So that'll be the first 2 rows on some either no tires and no pit stop, or the 2 tires in the case of the 1. Now, as the 2 hangs a bit off before making his choose. Oh, he goes inside. Looks like, oh, there is a little bit of confusion, but it looks like everyone's going to be sorting out here. So it looks like the 34 Sickham went bottom with the 2, so TSN Savage goes high. Green flag back out. Porchy with an absolutely massive jump. But now a field might get back to him. TSN Savage in the 8. He holds the 2nd spot now. And the Porchy Dude is just going to have to mirror drive in a whole lot here. He's clear about 5/10 with an absolutely massive restart. But now here comes Shake and Bake to the inside for 2nd. On TSN Savage. McCard following the 9, but he can't go all the way down as Mike G is there. And they're 3 wide for the 4th spot. And it's not well going to be able to hold the outside. They're 4 wide. 4 wide again. Dank old baseball kid in the grass. They keep it straight. They keep going. Sickham, after a lackluster restart from the 2nd row, he's back to 5th. But now the 2 has been caught. And the 9 is Hunton. He goes all the way down to the white line. To the inside for the race lead. Now Jason Savage makes an absolute dive bomb move. Bit of contact. I think the 9's able to hold on here. But he's going away at the track. The 2's going to have an opportunity. Back down the inside, Porchy. Side by side with the 9. Nike Boy Will now following in the third spot. Jason Savage following outside. His Dank Emotions leading that second group. And he's now trying to bring everyone else back to the party. Couple cars, Ty Racing, K-Line Boy off the pack after the calamity of the restart. But Shake and Bake out to a lead and out to a couple tenths actually there. As the field stacks up behind. Porchy dude second before his 3 wide behind him. McCart trying to make his way back with a move down the inside there. And now Masopes down that 3 car, who has made an absolutely miraculous comeback after couldn't get down pit road stage 1, runs out of fuel, goes a couple laps down, and he's now back in the fray. Thanks to 1 Mike G down in a huge runoff area. Might have gone loose, might have had help. Electric Days now in second. Nike Boy Will, as they all stack up behind them. Five to go in the race. Race control is all hands off. This is game cautious from here on out. And it's Shake and Bake defending from the field from here on out. McCarr in the 88 gets underneath Electric Days for second. He's going to try to make a late race push at it. Meanwhile, it's Electric Days and Masopes on the outside trying to help each other stick with him, but they might just be hurting the entire pack's chances of winning. Shake and Bake off by a good 5, 6, 7 tenths, 8 tenths from the field. And all the 7s around, they stay green. 1 car spin out of turn 4. Mr. Goodbar. Oh, Electric might have gotten a bit on the nose at the 11, but they stay straight. But now 2 cars finally broken free from that pack with 4 to go. Is this the opportunity that McCart and Electric Days need to get back to the 9? Oh, the 11's hard in there. They're bumper to bumper. It's 3 to go. Shake and Bake still has a huge gap, but it is slightly dwindling with the 88 behind and the 4 as well. But the 4 is getting a bit impatient. He tries to run a lane lower there instead of staying behind the 88. That's not going to help him at all. 22 is now going to be in the fray once again. They're going to be battling for third. This could be a 2-car show for this race win. On board the 88. As he tries to run down Shake and Bake with 2 laps to go. And it's a run Rudolph for that 9 car. Way out in front, the pack behind. McCart can't get enough away from the pack. They're going to be battling for third behind. Nike Boy Will now holds that spot, but that's still yet to be set in stone as they come through 3 and 4 for the penultimate time. McCart and Nike Boy Will break free a little bit. They're going to be 3 wide for spots. Next flag ends the race right here in Shake and Bake with a gap. 1 to go. 9 tenths, nearly a whole second is the gap. Baseball kid out in the grass. He's taking a hard hit into the turn 1 wall. It's McCart now, Electric Days in the 4 into third place. Dank Emotions and Nike Boy Will fight for 4th. It's Shake and Bake, however. 3 starts, and it looks to be 3 wins. More chaos in the back as the 8's all the way in the wall after a 3 wide move from the 3 car above Masos, but it's Shake and Bake going 3 for 3 in 3 of 5 races. He has started this year, and that's another race win for him. The newcomer McCard second, and Nike Boy Will gets third. And that is how things will wrap up from the Gatorade Eracing Series inaugural broadcast from Fontana. Race time about 33 minutes. And I wonder if we can get a full race result here. So we got through the entire order before we start interviews. As fastest lap goes to Nike Boy Will in the 11 with a 38.9. And now we'll have our podium finishers come into the booth for a word to wrap up some very chaotic action from Fontana.
Bro, he was slow. He was in the way slow.
Yeah, that's how I usually roll. Anyways, we'll be back with the man from the pre-race show to begin the third place finisher, Nike Boy Will, who after tonight looks to have gained his points lead on Dank Emotions. And as we should have a copy from the 11. Is that correct?
Oh, yeah, I'm here.
Right, so fastest lap for you to begin with, so congratulations on that, as so I guess sort of consolation prize of sorts. But you're sitting right around, you're one of those cars that were sitting like, you were about second or third in line the entire night, just couldn't make his way to the front, got the opportunity late, but by then it was too late. Shaky Bake with an excellent restart, gets away from the field, and it's just a little too late for you. And it's just, of course, you'll take the podium any day, but it just feel like another race that you could have won that just slipped away.
I mean, this was just it was a pissing match the whole time. Who was gonna take the run or who was gonna drive into the back of somebody the entire race? But Electric wants to complain like he wasn't holding up the top line and side drafting my card the whole time. But it's whatever. Podium. More than likely will retain the points lead. I know I got wrecked in stage 2, but still all around. I think I finished like 4th in stage 1, so all around it was a solid points day for me.
Yeah, once again, you were one of the fastest cars, and
yeah, fastest lap of the race. I know it's a draft, but.
And what was your perspective having to start? I believe you were like third to last at the beginning of the stage 3 and coming all the way back there. Yes, this was basically pack racing, but still underrated in the fact that with all the cautions and stuff that also occurred.
Well, I mean, I view myself as a pretty decent plate racer. I mean, you just have to take the runs at the right time and just be smart with it. But it's these. I mean, Michigan and Auto Club are obviously different than Daytona and Michigan, but or Daytona and Dega. But like, I mean, you just have to be smart, and people just were driving through. I mean, we just let Shake win the race. I mean, he had a 1.5-second lead from the time he took the lead because they were side drafting each other for second, which, I mean, it's whatever, but it is what it is, I guess. I'm glad we got the race in after last week, so.
Yeah, that cannot be understated as well. Glad to get this entire race in, and glad that I was able to call it for my end. And I'm sure from the league owner end, you were also glad that we had this commentary going on for the first time tonight.
Yeah, glad we finally got our first broadcasted race in. Had a good field, no lag, thank God. Yeah, can't complain.
All right, thank you for the quick word. Now, do we have our second place driver in here?
Sure do.
All right, is your voice on Do Not Allow?
Huh?
Your voice is on Do Not unallowed. Excuse me, to be heard for the broadcast. I would presume.
Should be. Should be good to go.
All right, well, we'll roll with it. If someone says something, then we'll obviously fix that. But Mr. McCard, first race of the season for you, and you got P2 and a stage win. Not to mention, got the stage one winner, and obviously, those who know you know how much you love racing Fontana and how fast you could be here. So I'm sure this was a very nice result to back it up with once again.
Yeah, I had fun. I mean, I got a tough break on that last restart, and it sent me back through the traffic, and it let Shake go out. But I don't know, I had fun. It's a good time for the first race of the season.
Yeah, you were definitely making a couple moves when you can make them, and it just seemed like you were one of the few drivers that were able to hold their position. We saw a lot of jockeying, a lot of carnage, perhaps at points in the race, but you're just sitting right there, very consistent position in the race. Had gone back to a little bit of mid-pack due to some strategy off the manual, and that's probably what's held you back at the very end there. But even still, you were right up front at the very end, holding off P2 and getting
Yeah,
yourself a nice spot to finish the evening.
I wish I had one more lap because I was catching Shake. I had it down to 6/10. I would have got his draft, and it could have been interesting. Needed one more lap.
Once I sorry to jump back in, but like I got electric out of the way and I started drafting you. We caught him. We cut the lead in half in a lap. We would have caught him, but it's whatever. One more lap, like you were saying.
Yep.
Yeah, very very interesting with how the late race went, and I thank you again for your word, and we hope to see you back next week at Iowa for the All-Star race.
Oh, I hope. Yeah, it should be good to go. Make that real interesting somehow. All-star race.
A lot of playoff points will be on the line next week. So some people like you can win a stage of the race and you're sitting good on playoff points.
Yeah, that'll be very interesting to see. But now we'll move over to our race winner, if he is here, Mr. Shake and Bake.
I'm pretty sure he's coming. I don't know.
I don't suppose we have a copy yet.
He's not in here. There he is.
Whoa.
And right on cue, there is the number 9 with his third race win in as many starts. It's Mr. Shake and Bake. How are you doing?
Not bad, yourself?
Well, I'm doing absolutely phenomenal after getting to witness a very exciting race. First off, let's rewind before we talk about the end of the race. Let's talk about stage 2 with an absolutely incredible, with a huge move to get down to the inside of McCard right before the caution comes out to end that stage, and you get a stage win out of that. Just what was your thought process right there at the end, where you think, was that just heat of the moment, take the line, take the run, or did you feel like you had to be up front?
Um, Well, I saw that they were kind of like wrecking back there, so I made the move. But no, I was really just content riding behind my car. Me and him were working really good together, tandeming, not making moves when they didn't have to be made. So, but yeah, I mean, it's the luck of the draw.
Yeah, speaking of luck to draw, with the late race restart, you were able to get second on the outside, and from there, you were able to make a couple passes and get clear, and just start running away with this race, getting out to at the most at a sec a full second at the greatest point of how much you've pulled away, and you were able to get the job done. Just real quick here on that late race restart, were you thinking like that's something you would be able to do, or were you expecting a little bit more perhaps?
No, I mean, I planned it accordingly. I thought I could easily get around those two or three, however many were in front of me. I think I started P5 that run, but I started second on the top because it was choose cone. But yeah, I got around those two in front of me pretty easily. They were on older tires, and I tried to drag the 88 along with me, but he got taken three wide. But yeah, I just pulled away a little bit. I was really loose that run. I couldn't really get full throttle through the corners. But yeah, I mean, they were battling back there, so it allowed me to pull away surprisingly with this high draft.
Yeah, I say that for a first race on the air, that was probably one of the more shocking moments, just being able to pull away like that at the very end. But once
Yeah,
again, congratulations on your third race win. And now you've got to definitely be thinking about playoff push now with all those playoff points there and more on the line next week.
yeah, I actually haven't really taken that into account. I just show up week by week and just have fun, and the wins will come, I guess. So,
That's what it's all about here at the Gatorade E-Racing Series. Once again, your podium, Shake and Bake first, McCart second, Nike Boy Will third. Anyone else with some final words before we head off the air?
I think that's
Records
all.
or checkers?
Well, that is a good way to put it there. And with that, be sure to follow us on social media at GESN League. There's the Twitter handle, Instagram, Gatorade E-Racing Series. Be on the lookout for Gatorade E-Racing Series on TikTok as well, coming soon with some race highlights from tonight and in the future. And be sure to subscribe here if you haven't already. And we will see you all next week at Iowa for the All-Star Race. With that, it's been T-Bird on the mic, and we will see you next time. Signing off.
Neither one of you